Having spent 6 months training Nathan, our diving instructor, how to be a faith healer, I now want to show him some examples of the ministry lifestyle. So we hire a car and set out to visit the headquarters of the Kenneth Copeland Ministry. Copeland's unflinching and dynamic style is typical of preachers in the prosperity gospel movement that's closely allied to faith healing.
We live in a $1 trillion economy and you're broke.
In the prosperity gospel, the biblical idea of as ye sow, so shall ye reap is interpreted financially. Give the pastor a donation and you'll receive 100-fold back from God. And if you don't, it's because you didn't have enough faith. Here you can see Copeland displaying his $20 million tax-free jet, seemingly as evidence of the Lord's grace, his congregation's generosity, and his status as an A-list preacher.
Somebody ought to shout amen!
We arrive at Copeland's compound where he lives and houses his fleet of private jets. So these are the gates of Kenneth Copeland's house. Compound ranch, and we are already being watched by security. This is where the money goes. We leave quickly before we're asked any awkward questions. However, as we're driving back, we see the main gates to the church and airfield are open, so we drive in and head towards the church. And then we discover how protective they are.
Where did he come from?
Hello, folks. Hello. Hey. I have a call about 3 suspicious vehicles.
We're making a documentary-style film. We're from England. We have a pastor with us who's...
Hey.
Okay.
Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you.
The local sheriff has been called by Copeland's security team, and after some questioning and discussions with them, the sheriff takes details from some of our passports. Darren, D-E-R-R-E-N, Brown. We're concerned to see that this information is then openly shared with Copeland's private security.
Security has told me that they've spoken to this gentleman at least twice about filming.
No, I'm not having that because that's not true.
As the security personnel for the ministry, they have the authority to do this. I will issue each of you in one big group deal a criminal trespass warning.
Which means if we set foot on Copeland's property within the next 12 months, we will be arrested immediately. So we've just come up against the kind of security that these people have. The worry, though, is now they've taken our details. If they Google me, they can find out what it is that I do and where I come from. If they search for you, they can find out that that isn't your real name. They've also got our details for the show. The concern is now they could work out what we're doing. Then we may not have a show at all on Saturday. That's our concern. Faith healing doesn't just affect those in pursuit of a miracle. John Edwards was a practicing preacher working apparent miracles at his ministry. His daughter died, aged 14, from a brain tumour, after he delayed seeking medical help, believing instead that God would heal her. After 10 years, he became disillusioned with faith healing and bravely told his congregation the truth. I asked him about some of the healing techniques being used.
What you do is you start pumping the meeting. We're having a healing meeting. So-and-so, evangelist so-and-so is going to be here this week. If you know someone that's sick, get them here. They're going to get healed. And you're emphatic about it. They will get healed. I don't care if they got AIDS, birth defects, cancer, diabetes, anything, they're going to get healed. So there's already the adrenaline's running. It's hypnotic. If you have 300 people there, somebody's got a toothache, somebody's got a backache, somebody's got upset tummy, or a headache, and he would say, tell me how long your head's been hurting. Do you believe that when they lay hands on you that you'll be healed?
Yes.
And they're, Jesus! Like that. Adrenaline shoots through their body, the pain's gone.
Yeah.
So they're going to come off the floor and they're going to say, I'm healed. Well, they got healed of stuff adrenaline will fix. But when it comes to a paraplegic, a brain tumor, Down syndrome, amputees, have you ever seen meetings where amputees got their legs back?
No. It seems to be missing, yeah.
Now my definition of miracle is different.
Yeah.
Back then, if you had a toothache and it went away, that was a miracle.
Yeah. This is so difficult. This is so difficult. And I keep having to remind myself that it's important. People throw away their medicine and they die because they believe these people are healing them. People give their last penny to this movement, money they can't afford. People that don't get healed are told to blame themselves because their faith wasn't strong enough. When I speak to people that have had first-hand experience of how nasty that world can be, it keeps me going. It reminds me that it is important.